Hi everyone. So today we'll be looking into internal functions in Solidity. If you have been reading a couple of code base that are on mainnet, you would have seen contracts that use internal functions. Or if you're curious what internal functions are simply all about, this is the video you should watch. So what are internal functions? They are functions that can only be accessed from within your contract or contracts deriving it. That means they are functions that you can only use within your contract or other functions that want to inherit what you are building. That is everything still by you, not someone else, not external. What are the main? Now, this is an illustration for you to see. This is an illustration for you to understand how internal functions work. They are more like the tap in your house. They are installed with your wash and basin and everything. They cannot be used in another house because they are currently installed in your house and they are kind of permanent. So that's a kind of rough example of how internal functions work. A few things to know, they are mainly helper functions. You'll understand this better when we go into a code base to kind of assess how internal functions are used. They mainly help other functions and they cannot be called. Internal functions cannot be called by a user because it's not public, it's not external, it's not visible to them. It's only useful in the actual code base to be called by other functions. That is why we call them helper functions. And as you are aware, internal functions are not callable by outside contracts. That's the main reason they are internal. And that's one of the things they have in common with private functions. But they're not to be mixed together. Then they are visible in derived contracts. That's any contract that kind of tries to derive your main contracts, your internal functions will be visible. Now, a thing to know is that internal functions are not exposed in the API. For those who don't know what API is all about, API is application binary interface. It's for smart contract development. It shows the main details about your state and your functions. Internal functions won't show in your API. Now that you have a very good grasp of what internal functions are all about, let's dive into a code base. Here is a practical example. This is the bounty protocol. You can see the smart contracts. If you go up here, it says more about what the contract is all about. It's more about being able to place bounties on things and getting to pay whoever solves the problem. That's what this contract does, and that's what it's all about. So you can read this. You can read this. To the main point, this is a refund excess function and it's an internal function. It's also used above here in the pay solver function. The first thing you should also know about internal functions is that conventionally you should start writing their names with underscore. When you write the name of a function with underscore, you are following best practices in writing internal functions properly. That's one thing. Then, as you can see here, this is used in this function. Now we simply said refund excess, and at this point, the logic here will play out wherever we said refund excess. Let's kind of do a bit of explanation. So this refund excess is if you pay overpay in ETH, it will refund the excess. That is MST of value minus bounty amount. Then that is the excess, which we call remaining money. So in this pay solver in ETH, there is an external a low level transfer call. And if it is the case that there is excessive payment in ETH, the refund excess internal function comes to play. Bear in mind that internal functions can carry internal parameters, so you'll expect this to definitely have boundary amounts or whatever. It can have parameters, and this is simply how you use internal functions in Solidity. If you want to know something else or you have a burning question about building smart contract on Ethereum or the EVM chain, you can drop that in the comments and let me know what you think about the video. Thank you so much for watching.